Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me as always, my partner Damian the Wolverine Hill, and we're joined tonight by the Magic Man, Jay Paulson, who is fighting December 21st at Canterbury Park. Trash Talk is sponsored as always by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Strings Tattoo, Origin CBD Wellness, the Fighters, my mom. Jay, we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good. Anytime, brother.
Man,
no, it's good to have you on. Getting ready for your third pro fight. Yeah, getting ready for your third pro fight, third fight of the year. I mean, looking to stay undefeated, going against a tough opponent, and he has a really tough last name to pronounce. Oh my God! And everybody knows I can't talk. No disrespect. But what do you know about your opponent, and how are you feeling coming into this fight, especially with so much momentum behind you?
I'm feeling really good because actually I've been training with Tyler Matheson, who actually fought him last. So I've been up at Brock's working with him a lot, and then I was actually down at Ironworks 2 weeks ago over Thanksgiving, and I was rolling with Garrett, and he's like, "Didn't we roll with this guy at that last tournament in Rochester?" So I've actually had a couple matches with him already, and I just didn't know it until last week. Yeah. So
how did that go? And I mean, that's obviously, got to have a little bit more confidence whether you won or lost the jiu-jitsu matches or rolling with them, but got to have a little bit more confidence just knowing what they bring to the table.
Exactly. And he actually beat me with like 3 seconds left of the first round because it was a submission hunt, and I kind of went limp on my arm, and he just ripped it out. So like I know what to expect, and like the whole round went pretty well. Like I was controlling it, and like the ref kept moving us, and it was just one of those stupid things where
and just getting that taste of competition, you feel what a guy's going to bring to the table. But I mean, let's be frank, that this isn't a jiu-jitsu match. This is an MMA fight with 4-ounce gloves.
My jiu-jitsu is always better when I can punch you in the face too.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know who said that actually, but they said a black belt becomes a brown belt, becomes a purple belt, becomes a blue belt, becomes a white belt when punches start being thrown, and I'm not saying that that's true for everybody, but you've been able to capitalize on that. I mean, a few times.
Because like when I do like jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff, I don't have like a high finish rate. I'm more of a points guy when it comes to straight jiu-jitsu, but like in an MMA, I get to open people up, and that's where I get the finishes, is by beating them up a little bit first.
I mean, I would definitely say so. 2-0, 2 finishes. It's shown in your fight style. Obviously you come to bring it. A strong performance your last time out in September. This is a quick turnaround, especially compared to the first fight fought in March. A little bit of a break there. When did you get the call for this fight, and how excited were you to get one more in this year?
I was pretty stoked. Jeremy actually trying to line up 3 or 4 fights by the next September, so we're going to have a busy couple months coming up.
It's awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, okay, now, but before we get any further, I just need to ask you, what weight are you fighting at? Because you're one of those guys that goes anywhere, it seems like.
We're going back to
I'm done
155.
assuming. Okay, yeah, I'm done assuming what weight the fight's gonna be at.
Yep.
I'm just gonna ask you from now on. But back at 55.
Yeah, my coach said no more 70. They're too big for me.
Yeah. So, what, or actually, you know what? I'm not gonna ask you what you walk around at. Your opponent doesn't need to know that. But how has the weight cut been going? How's been getting back down to 55? I know you're no stranger to it, but how are you feeling?
It's going pretty good. I'm still just waiting to make that last little cut. Kind of been slowly dieting down and just getting my body weight down, and then we'll do the hard stuff next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The hard part of the whole thing's making weight. The fighting's the best part. The fighters know all about that.
Yeah, and like that was one thing too, because I actually knew a guy that trained with this guy when he lived in Sioux Falls for a little while, and he was saying that he used to fight at 135 when he trained with them. And now, like, when we did this tournament, it was like 175, 180. So he's filled out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I would say
quite a bit.
That's a huge jump. Did he put on a lot of muscle, or did he
My
just
buddy
grow?
was
Was
saying
he
that there
still
might have
growing?
been some supplements involved, but I can't say for or against. But
Yeah, we'll just keep
Eh,
it at that then. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't like to.
clearly it's not
Yeah, I don't
affecting
like
the
to
decision to sign
accuse.
the paper and get in there and beat him up.
right,
Does Oh my God, that's one of the things too that I mean, a lot of the guys, I mean, a lot of the fans probably don't actually realize is the testing that's involved with the level of MMA that we're at right now. It's like not all the
you
time
don't
they
really
could
know.
possibly be on some stuff. Is that something that is on the back of your mind going into certain fights, or I mean, it's just
No,
one of
it's
those
never
things like
bothered me. Just because, like, I know
yeah,
how hard
hell
I
yeah.
work in the gym and stuff. That if they're using that in the first place, then they don't belong in there anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it really comes down to. It's a mental aspect, especially once you take that away. A lot of guys, if they lean on that crutch, I mean, you've seen it high levels of guys, especially with the TRT era
Yep.
in the UFC, where
Yeah.
you've seen guys who looked amazing and then things changed and you really
You take
couldn't.
away their superpowers.
Yeah, you couldn't put your finger
Yeah.
to it. But getting the call for this fight, what has this camp been like? You mentioned you've been training around, getting lots of different looks. What's this been like? Who you been training with?
Most of it's been at Imperial. We just switched up to our new location this week, actually. So we're expanding. And then I've been up at Brock's every couple weeks, a little bit at the Cellar, and then that one weekend down at Ironworks. Because I went
Okay,
down there
hell
for
yeah.
Thanksgiving. My cousin lives like two
Okay.
blocks away from the gym, so
Yeah. No, that's pretty sweet. And dude, I'm a huge fan of people doing cross training and stuff and moving around and getting the work locally, because we've seen it a few times where guys feel like they got to leave the state to get the work that they need. But there's so many guys right here that we can all work with. And I mean, I think, and you doing this is just helping prove it, you know? I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
We have some
I
good
just,
talent here
it
in Minnesota,
disappoints
so-
me when, yeah, and it disappoints me when people leave, you know? So it's like you're doing it the way I like it, and I think it's
Yeah.
the right way too, because you don't have to travel and go be a practice dummy for somebody else at another gym, because when you go and switch gyms and stuff like that, or go to the big name gyms, that's usually what ends
You're
up
just
happening,
on
you
there.
know?
Nobody knows you.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking care of you. And like that's the
Yeah,
nice
and-
thing is like when you go up to Brock's, you feel welcome. When you go to Ironworks, like everybody invites you in and they're working with you, and like they don't care that you're not from their gym. You know what I mean? Because we're all in
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
battle here.
Yeah, and that's the thing that
Yeah.
I mean. I know I'm a broken record. The fans of the show have heard me say it many a times, but it's a community. I mean, it's almost like brothers. Brothers are going to fight amongst themselves because there's nothing better to do. But the second it's time to move on and face a different battle, you see how united they are. You see it when guys take that level to the next level, and you see the support they get. And I wish you see more of that at the meantime, because it's like, sure, we might end up fighting, but the fact that we trained together 2 weeks ago, or two times last year, that's not going to change anything as far as a competition aspect of it.
Yeah, like at Ironworks, I got a few good rounds in with Ben, so like
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I like Ben. I like you, and I like the fact that you two were able to fight and then start working together. I love when guys do that too, especially when I mean, hopefully I hopefully you're done at 70, man. I mean, you're good. You're a good fighter. You're good everywhere, but I'm just like, that size difference scares me sometimes.
Dude,
And-
my eye did
but-
not like that.
Yeah. But now that you're back down at 55 and working with him, working with heavier guys too, I mean, is that something that you see a benefit to going in this fight, knowing that your opponent has filled up, gotten way stronger than what he used to be and way bigger, and also training with bigger guys like Ben?
Yeah, it helps because like a lot of the guys at my gym are kind of that bigger heavyweight set too. So like I'm always working with big guys, and it makes me push that much harder, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then I go
Yeah.
up to Brock's and roll with their 45s and 35ers, and they beat me up too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and you get those different looks because, I mean, as similar as it is, every gym is different. You have your home base, you have the things that you do, and then you get to go up to Brock's. And I mean, there's so many guys that I could start naming that you get a chance to work with. I'm going to not name any of them because I don't want to miss anybody. But then you talk about going to the Cellar as well, and which is predominantly a striking gym. Like, which, I mean, in Minnesota, there's a lot of gyms, a lot of great gyms, and they all tend to have grappling bases. But the Cellar is really the one gym that is focused on the the striking. So getting all those different looks, it only helps you. And the fact that you're willing to do all that, train that way, it's only going to benefit here leading into this fight and the future moving forward as well.
Definitely. Yeah, these last 5 years, I really think I've taken a turn and made this kind of a passion. So we're going to take it as far as we can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I can't wait, dude, for this fight and to see how you perform. Yeah. I mean, what do you – what besides the times that you guys have grappled together and stuff like that, what else do you know about your opponent? Where does he train at?
Somewhere in Sioux Falls. I don't know what gym it is, but
Okay.
From talking to Tyler, because they just had that fight, I think it was like last February or March for LFA.
Yeah.
But we've just been working on wrestling because he's more of a stand-up guy, so we're gonna try to get him down right away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and your style has shown that you're comfortable wherever the fight goes, on the feet, grappling. I really don't matter. So I think going into there, knowing that the work's been put in, knowing you have those advantages, those are obviously mental hurdles to have going into the fight. Obviously, never ask for a game plan, but what do you think you have to bring to the cage on December 21st to get your hand raised? And what type of fight are you expecting?
Just to keep pushing the pace like I like to do, make them work harder than me, I guess, and just try to keep pushing into them.
Oh, yeah.
I never want to be the one backing up.
Yeah. And what do you expect from him? What do you think he's going to try to do to you while you're trying to get him to the ground? Do you think that he's been working on his wrestling and his takedown defense? Or, I mean, if we look at your first pro fight and be predominantly on the feet, you guys were striking a lot. And then you look at your next fight and you win by submission almost right away. And it's hard to arrange that. Like, what is the guy doing? What do you think he's going to come in there to do to you based
From
off
what I've
your
kind of
past
heard, like he just likes to come out with big power. Not real technical, but big power. You know what I mean? So just got to watch out for those big haymakers coming out and try to hit my shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, man, dude, I'm really excited for this fight. And you mentioned that you have some other things in the works or whatever. I'm not, if you don't want to speak on it, don't, but I want to ask.
I think March we're doing Austin. Jeremy wants me on that. And then he was talking about May LFA, but I think we're going to wait till the September LFA just because I don't want that quick of a turnaround.
Yeah, okay, I mean, that's the thing is, like Damian said, never looking past anybody, but just having the idea that you want to fight in March out there. I mean, that is what it is. Obviously, you're focused on this fight, this opponent, and I couldn't be more excited. I feel like like you mentioned, the last couple of years, the turnaround, the changes you've made. I feel like, I mean, truthfully, the progression that you see every single fight, I mean, it's very impressive. So I'm excited to see what are you pulling out of what the Magic Man got up his sleeve on December 21st. What's coming out of that hat? Who knows? I'm excited for it. Just before we wrap it up tonight, is there any sponsors, any teammates, anybody outside the gym that's been there for you that deserves a shout out here before the fight?
Yeah, definitely. I want to give a shout out to 5 Star Automotive Detail, one of my sponsors, Realty Growth, and Kevin Cruz Insurance. So those guys have been backing me for a while now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, hell yeah. Dude, that's dope. I really can't wait for this fight. December 21st at Canterbury Park.
Sorry, forgot about them.
I'm sorry, I didn't even give them one more shout out.
Toad's Tavern, Des Moines, Iowa.
Hey, shout out to them.
Okay, hell yeah. December 21st, Canterbury Park. Get your tickets. Reach out to Jay Paulson for those tickets. Remember to hit subscribe to Trash Talk with Damian and TJ on YouTube. Don't be a hoe.
No one likes a hoe.
Man, be at
everybody loves
Canterbury. Yeah. Be sure to be at the Canterbury Park December 21st. One of the most stacked cards that went on all year. The perfect way to end the year right before Christmas. Be there or be a hoe.
Are you listening? Damn.